Sorry, so whatever.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, hi. I call everybody a loser. Now
they
I
didn't get that
Just
part.
now.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Now I did.
Yeah, we were.
Hi, friends.
I swallowed a bug.
Are you serious? Well, that's a problem.
Not a bug.
Jordan and I are eating.
I'm eating candy. What are you
just
eating?
drooled.
You got pumpkin spice already?
Okay, so I'm not
Buddy.
a pumpkin. Listen, I'm not a pumpkin spice girly. I'm not.
Kiddo.
So I went to Aldi,
That's not good.
and Aldi has. Here you go.
Throw me one of those.
Aldi has their like Aldi Fine section.
I gotta get this chocolate out of my mouth first. So.
Yeah, that's not gonna mix well.
This pumpkin.
So
What is it? Pumpkin spice what?
pumpkin spice almonds.
All right, go ahead.
And so I saw that they had snickerdoodle almonds.
Oh, this is going to go great with my coffee.
What kind of coffee you got?
Cinnamon. Oh. Cinnamon and pumpkin spice makes all things nice.
So I like randomly was like,
These are really
interesting.
good.
They're super addicting. So I just bought some like last week for like I'm not eating any grains at all. And so like I need things to just like snack on that is not like absolutely terrible for your body.
The leaves are falling right now outside. It's like 68 degrees. I mean, this is happening in
This
my
is
mind.
good.
This is not happening in real life.
Well, it's like 60s outside.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing.
They're so good.
All right, carry on.
And so I like tried them out and they have turned into like my newest obsession. So I just bought a bunch of them because like Josh likes them. My kids like them. And they're like one of those things where like I'll eat a good amount of them and then like I'm fine.
No.
But I'm not a pumpkin spice person.
You know what though?
At all.
They have it there, but it's not like
It's not pumpkin-y.
It's not overbearing.
It's the spices.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in them. Anyway, so if you're at Aldi, don't buy the pumpkin spice almonds because they are reserved specifically for me.
Kim.
So let's see. What's on them?
It is glorious outside.
I don't know what's on them. It doesn't say.
Hey, you're
At
listening.
all.
You're listening to Grease and Grace, and you know how this works. So,
Welcome!
question, topic, and then lots of banter back and forth. That's how this goes. You.
I have frozen food in my car right now.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Well,
I
we're
do.
gonna pray that it makes it. Then
It's fine.
It should be okay.
It's cool outside.
All right.
It's fine. It's packed together, so it's all fine.
It's all good. So we're gonna jump right in it because and the reason I'm doing this is because last
We went
episode,
long.
like we just had a bunch to talk about.
We did.
So I don't want that to happen again.
Why?
So what's the opening question?
Okay.
Oh my goodness, these almonds are great. Mm-hmm. All right,
I'm telling you. So they also have snickerdoodle ones.
Do you remember the SNL skit where they did the food thing? The three ladies that sat at the table, and they're like,
What?
I can't remember what it was called. Keep
Okay.
Keep going. I'll
So the
find it.
question. We are... which one do I want to choose?
I don't know.
If you... if you could replace your hands with anything other than hands, what would you choose?
Oh, Delicious Dish. Do you remember
What
Delicious Dish
is that?
from SNL?
Oh, I was like, is that your answer?
Molly Shannon and
I love Molly Shannon.
Who was the other lady that did that? What's her name? Oh man, that's gonna drive me crazy.
Rachel, what's her name?
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. I can't think of her last
And
name.
they'd be like, "Welcome to Delicious Dish." They had headphones on. They looked like it was like pre-podcasting
No.
too. Oh, they're so good.
I don't know what that is.
I'll have to send it to you.
Okay, did
right.
you hear the question?
Hands,
Yeah.
anything but.
If you could replace your hands with anything except for hands.
So this could be like Edward Scissorhands type stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
A switchblade?
Switchblade.
Each
Where did that come from? Why is that so funny?
I just imagine like each finger is like a...
You got nubs, and then just like hello.
You have like a corkscrew.
Did you ever look at Edward Scissorhands' hands?
I've
Like-
never seen Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, you haven't? So his hands are like weird knives. They're not like all the same. Like it's really interesting.
Wait, they're knives?
yeah.
They're not
yeah.
scissors?
I don't now I'm second guessing myself.
I'm gonna look this.
I know they're all different though. They're all like they're not like the same. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up while you're deciding what you want your hands to be.
We are so off base. Okay, yeah. Because he has like some
What?
small ones and some big ones and stuff like
Edward
that.
Scissorhands' hands were not real functioning scissors. Oh
Nope.
wait, Oh wait, no, that's like people thought that his hands were actually.
It's so if you look at the prop, it's like he has 2 sets of scissors, but then he has a pinky and it's got like this little blade on it, and his thumb is kind of like a I don't know, almost like a razor blade type of looking thing.
But he doesn't have scissors.
And they're all different. Yeah,
there's like pliers.
He's got 2 of them. But the really funny part is, if you look really close at Edward Scissorhands' hands, you can tell he's got gloves on. So it's like, hey, bro, you just take them off and you're good.
I don't know. I'm looking at him. Is there scissors?
Yeah, there's so like on his right hand,
it looks like it
is 2 sets of scissors. On his left hand, they're different. They're like shears and whatnot.
What is the premise of the show? Movie.
We're not getting into that.
I've never seen it. It was like.
I'm not doing that. If I could have
is it
anything,
a Halloween movie?
If I could have anything except for hands, I would still like pick like fingers, but they would have like things to them, like.
Yeah, that's the exact question.
No, like hand warming like functions. Like it would be tech in my hands.
You'd be Inspector Gadget.
Kind of, yeah. Because like fingers are like ideal, but they can always like transform or go into like tech, or like when my hands are cold, I can just automatically warm them up. That's what I would do. What would you do?
Well, I would have like a cooking hand.
Oh, that's a good idea.
My right hand,
yeah,
maybe, and then my left hand. I'd have,
but it'd be really cool if they could go back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have fingers, and then all of a sudden, like almost like Wolverine has his blades that come out.
Yeah,
you just get it.
I'd have like a pencil, a pen.
Yeah.
What else would I put on my?
That'd be kind of weird though, because if you had like a pencil, like you're writing like the point.
Yeah, but I mean, like you could use your thumb.
I guess.
And like anyway, yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh no, he hasn't nailed it. I'm trying to think of anything else that I would put on that hand. So like cooking utensils. So like a knife.
Yeah.
For sure. Spatula, rubber spatula.
But they have
spoon.
They have to be able to go like in and out, because if they don't, like then that's super. You couldn't have like all.
Edward
5 of those.
Scissorhands' hands didn't retract.
It's up to you, lady.
Anyways,
this is your dream.
Anyways, cooking and then writing and maybe some kind of like. I think that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah. I've decided that. That's what it is.
All right, you guys. That's the question of the day. Sometimes it's a huge win, and then other times it's an epic fail.
Well,
today it was maybe a swing and a miss. We got a bunt out of it, I guess.
We got something.
That was decent.
Mm-hmm. We're going to analyze a question.
All right, so as you guys know, every single week we pick a topic. We look at the greasy things that are part of that topic. So, like, things that frustrate us, drive us nuts. And then we try to find some grace in it. We have been on a run. And
this is the last of it.
This is it. So we started with elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
We graduated from 5th grade, excuse me.
We did.
Went into junior high.
Yeah.
Also known as middle school.
Awkward times.
And then shot us straight into high school.
And now we're grown up.
Where we were striving to be adolescents. That had
the most adolescent.
Somewhat of a moral compass, and we did not. We graduated from high school.
We walked that stage.
Yep.
Did you walk a stage for
100%
graduation?
100%. And that shoots us into college or the work world. But we're going to talk about college.
We're going to talk about college.
Yeah. So we're going to assume that everybody's going to school.
Yeah. Everybody. Congratulations. You get a degree. And you get a degree. And you get a degree. If you could have just seen your face. Oh, man. What's the name of that song?
I don't know. The high school graduation song?
Your wife knows it.
Pomp and Circumstance.
Yeah. That's what it is. She just... never mind.
Here we go.
Talk about college. What's college? Tell us about it.
Maybe a tutorial. Tutorial? What does that even mean?
Today, Junior.
Tertiary. Tetri? If you know how to say that.
What does that word
you're better
mean?
Than I am. I don't know. It essentially means the education level following the completion of a secondary education.
So it would be 3rd.
Yeah, like after high school. Okay, so that's
tea tree oil.
Why not just say then it's a second? It's the
It's a
next,
third area.
Come on,
It's a third
good
area.
grief. Okay, okay. So educational institutions sometimes awarding degrees. Sometimes that's crazy. Can you imagine going to college and not getting a degree? It's part of a collegiate university, an institution offering vocational education. Oh, that would make sense because if you go to college, like a trade school, you don't necessarily get a degree.
Oh yeah, Josh doesn't have a electrician's degree, but like he went to school for 5 years.
Right. Further education institution or secondary school. In most of the world, a college may be a high school or secondary school, a college of further education. It would make sense that they lump that into high school because you can take college classes within high school if you're smart enough.
Yeah, I don't know that life.
Me neither. My kids are on that life,
People
but I
are
ain't
like
on that life.
graduating high school with associate's degrees, which is
That's dumb.
absolutely absurd to me. I don't understand how you do that. Does that mean that they're doing extra work?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Don't get me started on
Oh,
that.
Lanta.
Oh,
Back to high school we're talking about.
a training institution that awards trade qualifications, higher education provider that does not have university status, often with its own degree awarding program, or a constitute part of a university. In the U.S., a college may offer undergraduate programs either as an independent institution or as the undergraduate program of a university, or it may be a residential college of a university or a community college, which, by the way, they made a bunch of TV shows about community college. Am I
They
right?
did?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, though.
All right.
Saved by the Bell, the college years. Come on.
I don't think that I paid attention enough.
Nobody did.
In my head, it was like high school all the time.
The word college is generally also used as a synonym for a university in the U.S. and used as phrases such as college students or I'm going to college. Your mom goes to college.
Are we the only country that calls it college?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, colleges are
Everybody
in
else calls it
like
university.
France, Belgium, Switzerland, all those
Yeah,
things.
but like they always call it university.
Sometimes it
When
depends
I
on
went
where
to
you're at.
uni, you know what I'm talking
When
about?
I went to uni, well, I was on holiday.
When I went to uni, I studied my literature.
I was on holiday with my secondary education.
I think they call it university.
All right.
Anyways,
So that is college defined. Did you go to college?
yeah, I went to quite a few different kinds of colleges.
Where'd you go? Did you get a degree?
Yes.
What is your degree in?
So I have a degree in culinary and pastry arts.
How long did it take you to get that?
Well,
Funny you should ask.
so when I graduated, I went through a slew of majors. So like I had my undergrad degree.
Okay, so
Undergrad stuff.
back up. So start. So you graduate from high school. Where do you go to school?
I went to a place called Southwestern.
Okay, Southwestern Indiana.
No,
Southwestern.
it was in Kansas. It was a
Kansas.
tiny little private Christian college.
Okay, so you started at private 4-year school.
Yes.
Okay, you started a private 4-year school. Then what happens? Didn't
And then-
finish there.
No.
How far did you make it?
My first year.
Okay, so like through the whole freshman year.
Yes.
Okay, after freshman year, what happens?
Did I?
I don't know. It's your life,
I
bro.
don't think I made it through my entire year. No, I didn't make the entire year.
Okay, you didn't make
'Cause
that
my
freshman
grades
year, so
sucked.
So
I transferred
to where?
to a community college.
Okay, in the same area.
No, back in Wichita where
Okay.
I lived.
So how long are you there?
I genuinely don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. So what the and then I realized like
So you pick up a couple more classes there.
no,
No?
that didn't go towards my degree
That didn't work out really well.
because that was a whole thing. So
Okay.
then I went for 2 different. So I guess I must have went for like a year to maybe a year and a half
Oh,
at
the
the community college.
Okay.
And then I realized
That stinks. You have no like credits to show for that after you walked out of there.
some of my credits they didn't transfer. So yeah, correct.
the worst.
So I realized like I had switched majors.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 times.
Okay.
4 times.
Okay.
And by like the last time, I was like, "You're just wasting money. Like
Yeah.
you're just wasting money."
I could have
This
told
is
you that after the
dumb."
second time.
Well, so the first time I went because I got a scholarship to play soccer.
Okay.
Because your girl was playing soccer.
Yo, I be kicking that
And-
ball around the field.
And so I got a scholarship to play for soccer.
Okay. At the community college or the Christian
At
college?
the Christian college.
Okay, yeah.
And I was going for psychology, which if anybody knows me,
Dang.
if anybody knows me, you're like, that's not a right fit at all.
No, shouldn't have done
Yeah. So, but like they didn't have anything that really appeased
that. Okay.
or appealed to me. And so I was
What was
like,
the name of the school?
Southwestern.
Okay, keep going.
And it's the Wildcats, I think. It's been a while. No, it's not the Wildcats. Southwestern Panthers, Southwestern Jinxes. I think it's Jinx.
I think they're the Panthers.
No, I think it's a Jinx.
Oh, no, maybe
It's a black
not.
cat. Do you see it? It's purple.
Where was it at? In Wichita?
No, it was in. What's the name of the place?
Starting to understand why it didn't work out.
It starts with like a W.
I don't know.
Winfield,
Okay,
Southwestern. Kansas.
keep going.
Anyways,
Kansas. Yeah.
So I was like, this is a giant waste of money because I am not understanding any of my classes.
Okay.
I went for a degree that did not, like, you have to do so much reading and so much studying.
Okay.
And I would like go into my psychology classes and be like, yeah, I understand this. And then we'd take a test and she'd be like,
No,
and
you
failed.
don't. Yeah.
And
It's a tough subject.
And then I went into statistics. Somebody told me statistics was easier than normal math.
I don't think so.
That was a bold-faced lie.
They lied.
And so I wasn't getting good grades. So then I wasn't playing soccer. And then I was like, well, I don't have a degree. Like, I'm not going for a degree that I'm excited about. And I'm not playing the game that I like to play.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to keep going to a private college.
Okay, so
this.
you leave. You go to community college for a
Go
couple
to the community
years.
college for teaching and then for interior design. My interior design
And that didn't work out.
classes. No. And so then I was like, okay, you're just wasting money at this point. And so I stopped going to college and was just like, what are we going to do?
Okay.
And then I found out that one of the people that I went to school with in high school, or really like middle school, was going to culinary school. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Let's try that.
Yeah.
And so I moved back to Indiana and went to culinary school. And that was the thing that stuck.
How long did it take to finish culinary school?
2.5 years.
Okay, so you go to culinary school for 2.5 years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you get a
5
degree from
semesters.
there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a piece of paper that says like you graduated?
You can.
You don't have one though?
No.
It's not like a big deal. You just like I graduated.
Yeah. Well, and like in culinary world too, like you don't really need a degree.
Well, right.
And so like, yeah.
But you have it.
So
So you completed their program.
done.
Good for you.
Done.
Well done.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Congratulations.
Yeah. What about you?
Went to school for, so this is kind of interesting. I moved out at 18, left my house and moved to Davenport, Iowa, and went to a trade school for 3 months.
For what? What trade?
It was called Hamilton Technical College in Davenport, Iowa. And I was there, like, just to give you guys an idea of like what you can do with like that type of trade school. So my roommate at the time, he actually finished there. He graduated from there. Mm-hmm. He does all the wiring for like BMW vehicles and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So he makes like significant money, but like it's all that. Like, so he just.
Were you going to work on cars?
So I installed car stereos for a long time in high school, stuff like that. Like, was just kind of interested in it. But when I went there, a bunch of guys got laid off from a local factory because they didn't have education. So I was sitting in these classes with these guys who were like basically just retired factory workers. And man, I'll tell you what, I got an education in not
I was
electronics.
gonna say, but you got a lot of different education.
Yeah, like every hour we would take a break and it was like 10 minutes of just like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what's going on here? And so I would just hang out with these guys and like they would tell me about their life and they were all like super callous dudes, like divorced and
sure.
lots of kids and lots of like stuff like that. So anyway, I ended up, I took like, I think I was sitting in a class one time and the guy looks at me, the teacher looked at me and we were doing like schematics or something like that. And he's like, you need to do this. And I was like, I already did. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I already did it. He's like, let me see it. So I showed it to him and it was all right.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you're still going to have to go through this. I'm like, this is dumb. I'm just like training for like to be in a factory. I don't want to do that. So left there. I had a year on a lease on my apartment that I was renting. So I kind of had to stay there for a while. Mm-hmm. And then I realized like if I would have stayed in Davenport, I probably would have died in Davenport. So I was like, I need to leave. So long story long. My mom had found out about Grace College in Winona Lake. And so I just basically said, if you filled out the paperwork, I would go. And I didn't know if I'd get in because my grades in high school were just so terrible. Yeah. So, I mean, I had like a 2-point-something GPA in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't even remember what mine was.
Oh, man.
It wasn't good.
No, it was not
at
good
all.
So my mom essentially filled out all the paperwork and got me in because they had like a program where you could come in on academic probation. And so they accepted me, and like the rest is kind of history. I was there for 4 years. I have a communications degree, and I have a minor in youth ministry. And then after that, I went to get my master's degree, and there was like a gap there. So graduated, spent like 4 years, 5 years of life, came back to school, did my master's degree, and then there was like a 10-year gap, and now I'm currently doing my doctoral work. So
nice.
All schooling.
Look at you go.
All schooling.
So you have very
I can see both sides of the coin.
You have very different college experiences because now you're in college, but like
I have schooling experience from teaching. So like I have 3 different views of college.
Yeah.
I have the guys that
student.
don't go to school and go into the trades, like which your husband did.
He went to school.
He
has
did.
a legit degree.
He did. But like his school's different than like it's not like the school he did for like electronics is or for
He did trade, but before that he was for physical education.
Right. I was talking about his like actual what he does for a job right now. Like that education was very different than like, what you normally get. So I have that perspective. I have the perspective of not being in school because there was a stint there that I wasn't in school and kind of like weighing those options out. I had the perspective of being in a 4-year college and then teaching in a 4-year college and then now being like older in college too at the same time.
Yeah, there's a lot of different perspectives.
Well, show Grease is, man.
My first Grease.
It's a super like kind of laid back episode.
It is.
We'll get there.
And I feel like I'm also very laid back. I told Jordan right before we got here, I went grocery shopping.
You're in that grocery shopping funk.
Can I just take a moment to complain about the price of groceries?
Okay, pause.
It's disgusting.
You need to put that in the episode thing, and we should do a whole thing on grocery shopping. So it's dumb. Maybe we'll hit that up later. Grease is on college.
The Grease on college. My first Grease is like you get tossed in.
Oh, here we go. With
an entire community of people.
Sure.
That none of us know what we are doing.
Yep.
None of us have not really ever lived outside of like our parents' rules.
Right.
And like expect us all to survive some way, somehow. And I don't know how that turned into a great idea.
Yeah.
But like we're barely legal.
You barely know what you're doing. You can't legally drink, which I think is interesting in that endeavor because you're not 21 yet. And the only reason I throw that out there is because everybody knows the majority of college students drink.
Yes.
So, like, if you go to a secular college, like, alcohol is very prevalent on collegiate campus.
My college has some.
Well, there's some Christian colleges that have alcohol. That's true. Yeah. Anyway, it's very prevalent in the collegiate world. That's the only reason why I'm throwing it out there. And yeah, you're right. You go to this place with a bunch of other people who are still trying to figure out life, and you're like, why don't you guys do it together? Because we really don't want to help you where we're sitting at.
It's like the weirdest thing to just like be dropped off. So one of my...
that is true. It's like summer camp extended.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
And by the way, don't get pregnant or kill yourself.
It's like the super strange scenario.
I never thought about it like that.
Where you just get dropped off. And I remember, so like one of the girls that used to work for me, I absolutely adore her. And I've gotten to know her family along the way. Her, all of them. They're wonderful people.
Yeah.
But I was talking to her because she just moved to college like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I told her, I go, listen, that first night is going to be the weirdest night of your life.
Yeah.
Like, I told her, I don't know how else to explain it. It is just like the weirdest feeling because like your parents leave you.
Yep.
And they've moved you in. So like they still are very much like in your life. They have moved you in. They've brought all of your stuff from the car into your dorm. They've helped you put things away and like everything in their place. And then they're like, okay, love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.
And they walk off. And then you're like,
yeah, and you're like, are you coming back? Are you not?
Like you realize for the first time, like, I don't have any rules, really. Yeah. Like, I have no rules to abide by that I've had to abide by for 18 years of my life.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of, like, stand there.
And the same thing happens, too, with, like, people that don't go to school. Because I've talked to a couple of students, and I'm like, the first time that high school... Like, let's say you stay in your hometown, right? And you choose not to go to college. the first day that school goes back,
and you
don't,
don't have to go.
like, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing life, and you're like, uh-oh.
Everything just kind of stops.
What do I do?
And it's like day one of like
the rest of your life.
Remainder of adulthood. And you're
yeah.
like, well, I was not prepared for
100%. It's like from 20 now till death.
Yeah.
You have to figure this thing out because we've had you scheduled and slotted in so many areas. And then now it's like, okay, that's over. So
yeah,
try not to die.
Really?
That's super interesting.
Yeah, I remember like when my parents left me at the dorm, my roommates' parents were still there. And so like I just was kind of like sitting on the bed, just like I don't know anybody here. Like I didn't know.
And you don't know your roommate really either.
Didn't know my roommate.
Yeah.
And like she at the time, High School Musical was a big thing.
Okay.
And she was obsessed with High School Musical. And I am not obsessed with High School Musical. And so like she had put up like posters. We're in college.
Yeah.
But she has like High School Musical posters everywhere. And I was like, this is a weird
what am I gonna do? Yeah.
And so like you're trying to like, should I help you move?
If you're an athlete, is it a little different? Because like I'm sure when you first went to school, like you integrated with the other soccer players, right?
I did, and my roommate was a soccer player.
So that's like a little different. I think if you're an athlete, it changes things a little bit because you actually show up on campus like a week early, sometimes 2 weeks early. Well, oftentimes. I'm not saying you did back then, but like, and then your group of people was those people. Yeah.
And you have a commonality.
Yeah.
You have that one commonality, and then you can branch off. Like as you're, doing drills and stuff like that,
sure.
Then you can start talking about like, where are you from? What was really nice for my college was they did these things called, I want to say, is it like the Southwest Diggers, Builder Camp, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's like a leadership training or whatnot.
Kind of. So all of the freshmen went off.
Team building.
Right before college started. And we went to this camp, and it was like 3 days worth of just freshmen, just getting to know each other. And realistically, you make some really solid friendships. But like, you're still just by yourself.
It's like online dating before online dating happened.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
And so that's my first Grease is like, you just kind of get dropped off, and then everybody is like,
that's so true.
all of the lessons that we have taught you start today.
Yeah.
You're like,
hopefully you learned something.
Right?
Because, and I remember the first time, like, even I would go to like eat. I was like, what are we doing? Like, and then you're like a deer in headlights because you're like, do I pay for this? Did I pay for this? How do I pay for this? Like, there's so many moving pieces that you just don't understand.
There's so many things that just like happen all of the sudden.
If I could go back, which is really funny because I think like looking at school, and maybe I just approach life like this, but like looking at school, I didn't realize that like you had a choice. Like I just did it. Like, oh, class is at 8.
Yeah.
Like, so I go to class.
Yeah.
And then after class is over, you go study. Like, I didn't realize that like that was it's
You
not.
don't
Yeah. Like,
you don't have to.
Yeah. Like in high school, there was you don't get a say.
Yeah.
School is at 8. You go to school.
Yeah.
There was I remember I don't even know if I skipped a whole lot of classes. I probably didn't, but like I know of one. I could think of one where I was like, I'm not going to class today, and I was like,
and the whole time, were you just like, I'm not going to class today?
Yeah, I was like sitting in the dorm, nobody's there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to class. This is stupid.
Yeah, I had skipped class. Like I had realized that I had a choice, but I didn't allow myself
to make that choice.
And so it was really interesting because like the things I was like in high school, my room was a flaming hot mess, like all of the time.
Yeah.
Moved to college, and that is when that was when I realized like, oh, Kim, you don't like clutter. Like you don't like stuff all. And so there would be almost like this invisible line between
100%.
me and my roommate. And my roommate, she wasn't necessarily messy, but like she wasn't clean by any means.
Yeah.
And my like my biggest thing that like grosses me out is hair. And she shed all of the time.
And didn't pick it up.
And it was always on our stuff. And I just remember being like, oh, Billy, pick up your hair. Like, oh, I hated it. Like you learn who you are
100%.
very quickly.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time my parents visited and they were like, wow, your side of the room is real clean. And I was like, yep, learn that about myself.
Well, and like you learn like how to deal with other people too.
Yeah.
Which is like people who lived off campus or do live off campus, I think you miss that part of life. Like there's something to be said about being on campus. Because I know when like I was teaching students that came on campus, they're just disconnected.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the reason you're disconnected is because you're not in the dorms.
Yeah.
And
That's
so-
when the life happens.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
like, yeah, if you're
School
not,
is not just like all these classes. We said that about high school, middle school, things like that. It's not about like, yeah, it's an experience for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with so many other dynamics.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're learning it together so much. What's your Greece? You got a Greece?
About school?
About college.
About college. It's so funny because the day that we live in, it just feels so optional now. Like,
Yeah.
everybody just went to school.
Yeah.
Like, that was not an option. I'm not saying that's a Greece or a grace. I'm just saying it's funny where we're at right now because school is very much like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. So we're going to assume that everybody is making that trek to school. I think the greasy side of things, just now where I sit, is it's so stinking expensive.
It is.
And if I could like look at, and I'm sure there's a reason for that, but even like, okay, so just to give you guys an idea, when I went to school, like a year, it was over $25,000 a year. So I for my education, I paid a little over $100,000.
Gross.
Which is great, but that was cheap now. So like a couple of schools that some of our students are going to, I mean, we're talking 50, 55, 60,000 a year.
That's insane. And there's not a guarantee on return on investment either. Like, I feel like a lot of colleges say that there's going to be job placement, but like, you can't really promise that anymore.
I wish colleges wouldn't. I wish they would just say, you're investing in the collegiate experience.
Yeah.
Like, don't promise jobs or anything like that after this is over. Say, hey, you're buying 4 years of life experience, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
That to me is a whole different ballgame. Like if somebody looked at me, because I met my wife at college. You met your husband in high school, which is fine. But like when I met Bethany, like I would do that all over again because that was something that like happened because of that thing.
Yeah.
So I think there's other ways to quote unquote market it that's not just, hey, you're going to school so you can get a better job.
Yeah.
I went into the ministry.
Yeah.
We're not getting rich off the ministry. Like, and that's not even our MA, or MO or whatever. Like, so that's the greasy side for me is people, especially collegiate people, now that I've been behind the curtain and my wife still is behind the curtain, there's a lot of times where I'm like, you do things sometimes like a business, and I don't know if you have the best intent, for students. I think you're selling people something that maybe false advertising.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. There's so many people that I went to college with who aren't even using, I mean, Josh went to college and he's not using his degree at all.
Right.
I mean, like he uses, it's nice because like he knows proper form of how
he uses it in his own personal.
Yes. And like I can tap into that and be like, hey, am I squatting? Like, and so he utilizes his degree in that manner, but like he's not making money off of it. He is literally just doing it for, and so many people spent all of this money and then like went into a completely different realm. I mean, like just in culinary school alone, so many people aren't even in the culinary world. I feel very blessed to be still in the culinary realm. Like that is rare, I feel like, because
what I do is rare. Like I talk to people all the time and they're like they're graduated from school. But I don't know if this is a graceful thing, but it might be a little bit of both. Because I know there's some people out there that look at it and go, well, don't go to school because there's other options and you have a lot of debt. Like, I get that. I understand what you're saying. But I think you have to look at it from the experience side of things. And I think you also have to look at it from the standpoint of some people look at you and go, you participated in something for 4 years or 2 years.
Yeah.
And you committed to that. So, like, as an employer or somebody who has employees that I work with, I look at that and I say, but at least you committed to a 4-year program.
Yeah.
And regardless of what your degree's in, you finished that.
Yeah.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that, the commitment side of things. I don't know. Like, I don't know. because like my job, even though it's in culinary, it's technically in marketing. Like I'm technically in marketing, and I did not go to school for marketing.
Sure.
So there's so many places that don't even look anymore
Yeah.
at college degrees. I mean, obviously the big degrees like becoming a surgeon. I would hope that my surgeon has a lot of letters behind his or her name.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have all the titles.
Give
like
me
I want
every
you
single
to
title.
have every title. Yeah.
But like there's so many things anymore that like the degree isn't necessarily
no,
the prime, which I think is what is causing people to be able to step away a little bit more from spending the money to go to college.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I know there's people who are out there that are like, you shouldn't go to school because, you're throwing away your money or you're starting you're starting in debt and all that other stuff. But, I mean, we tell students this all the time, especially with a Christian school. If you go to a Christian school and you're single, the odds of you walking out of there with a spouse who loves the Lord is extremely high. And so, like, just that's something to think about, and people are like, yeah, you're paying $200,000 to find that out. And I'm like, but you're with that person for the rest of your life. So like, just like that's something to think about. Or, like the other thing is, especially the idea of a Christian college, you're cultivating a worldview, through the lens of the Bible. So to me, a believer, that is a worthwhile investment because you're saying, hey, like this is something that I'm doing not because I'm expecting like this job that has a ton of money on the other side. I'm also learning about things and learning how to think about things in a different light.
Yeah.
I don't know, but being behind the curtain and having that experience for almost 10 years where I was behind the curtain, there was a couple times where I was like, this is kind of shady, like, because professors are getting paid and like, that's what they do for a living, and that's their thing. And there's good professors and there's bad professors, and it's like, man, what are we doing here? I don't know.
Yeah, I had my fair share of bad professors, and I let them know.
Well, and there's some professors just like let you go. Like they're like, you turn in an assignment, you're like, I know you didn't read that.
Yeah, yep.
Like I guarantee you didn't read that. You know what I mean? Or he's like, whatever. You paid your money. Like here's the next thing. Like,
yeah.
Well, that doesn't help anybody out. And then you got other professors who are way too tight.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like. Just because I missed a comma doesn't mean like now my 100 point paper deserves like a 70.
Yeah.
Like, good grief.
Yeah, I remember one paper that I wrote. It was a creative writing class, and the first assignment that we had to do in that class, I don't remember anything else from that class, but the first assignment we had to do was write how we are planning on utilizing creative writing in our degree.
You're like, I'm going to get an AI program.
I am in culinary arts. I don't know what this is for other than I am being forced to take it. And I don't even remember what the grade is. But I was like, I don't know why I'm in this, which is one of my next creases. It's like, there are some times where like you don't need to take certain classes
100%.
For a full degree. Like
100%.
I remember having to take biology for culinary arts and being like, I don't understand why I am taking biology to be in culinary arts.
100%.
Meanwhile, we had baking science, and that was the first time that science had ever clicked for
You're like,
me,
oh, now it makes sense.
but it didn't count as a science class. And
That's
I'm like, so
dumb.
why am I going to, like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why I'm taking this. Why am I taking a geography class because it's required for my degree? Like, I feel like sometimes, a lot of times, colleges make you take these, like, obscure classes for, like, no apparent reason other than just because.
If you look at my GPA, like, from high school all the way up to where I'm currently at. High school 2 point something, like I think it was 8.7, 7.8, something like that, right? College 3 point something. Graduated my master's degree with honors.
Nice.
But if you watch that progression, it's because
you're fine tuning
my master's degree. Like, and I will say this 1,000 times. I went to when I got my master's degree, I told people all the time, this is what I went to school for.
Yeah.
Like, why did we wait until now to do this stuff? And I had a math professor in college, because I failed it once, had to take it again, and he like pulled me into his office and he's like, Jordan, listen, I will pass you if you promise you never do anything with math for the rest of your life. And I was like, yeah, man, whatever, because I needed that math credit so bad just to get out of college, which is why I got like the GPA that I did in college, because like that was a detriment. But I was like, man, like, well, I don't need this.
I'm not using it.
I'm not doing, I'm not building the church physically. I'm building the church spiritually. Like, I don't need to know the angles and the math and the geometry.
The Pythagorean theorem.
I'm hiring somebody to build it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
So
there was quite a few times that I was like, I don't understand why I'm sitting in this class other than like they told me I need to take this class.
Right.
And that's crap.
Well, and like that's why I love like public speaking classes, because I was like, oh, this makes sense. You're going to utilize this. Communication classes, those made sense. But then like I'd be in like earth sciences with a guy named Prof. Snyder, and I mean he's got a binder and he's like, okay, everybody, welcome to I don't even know what you're saying. Like I don't even know what you're talking about or why this is even relevant.
Yeah, so many times there were so many classes.
You got any graces about it?
No, because I'm still stuck on the greases. Because like I'm thinking about like the dorm life.
Hated all of it.
I'm just thinking about like the dorm life and like the progression of what going into a dorm was first into what it is now, and like the aesthetic purposes of a dorm room now are wildly insane. There for a while, I don't know why I was getting these videos, but it was like videos of people like showing off their dorms and like they are
really that exists. Oh, of course that exists. Actually, you know what's funny? You probably know this. You know the guy that's on TikTok that is the chef for the sorority. You know who I'm talking about?
I watch him on Instagram.
Yeah. So they did like a YouTube video, like an inside, like what that looks like and how it does.
Yeah, how he feeds that many people.
So it cuts to the girls who are sitting at the table and eating. I kid you not, Kim. I kid you not. This girl has a phone that's on a stand that's facing the food, and there's a light over it, and it's on constantly while she eats. And I'm going, I would end.
That's wild.
But if you look around, like the room, it's all over. There's just everybody's recording everything.
That's annoying.
Oh, my goodness.
So glad that not everything was recorded.
I'm like, what is there to record? Like, stop.
So it's everybody wants like to see what the college experience is like, and I feel like it started with like outfits of the day, and especially with like sororities, because sorority rushes and like the outfits that these girls would wear. It started popping up with like, I think it was Alabama, that it was like the first school to really like do it up and like, we're going to Alabama Rush and I'm coming from and this is my outfit and I got Lululemon and I got, and like all of these things, and you're like, why are we watching this?
Why?
But like it blew up, and then college went from just like going to like everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, you are barely 18. You're barely 18. Your apartment or dorm should look like a hot mess because you got like, it should not be like an HGTV.
I didn't even think of like dorm tours. I'm sure they're all over the place.
I remember there were two girls who very much like called each other over the summer and like, you get this color, I get this color, and like the dorm was really, really nice and like cool, but also like that's a lot of effort. That's so much effort. I don't understand it. And then like the whole sorority thing, as we were talking about it, I was not in a sorority. My best friend was in a sorority, so I got to see like a tiny little sliver of it.
See, my friends, like we talked about last week, they had already gone to college, so and they all were in frats. So I got the high school experience of a frat. Like all the time.
Yeah. I got like just enough of, and it was over at IU, and so it was like big time. You get to witness.
I would never send my kid to a secular school, like for that reason. I mean, it's just so.
Not fun.
Oh man, you should go to like. I won't drop names because people would get mad at me. But like, I mean, dorms no longer are like gender like separated.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Now it's just like you just live in this hall. There's a couple of schools like big like state schools or whatever. It literally goes not just like this is a guy's room, this is a girl's room that are right back to each other, but it's like this
roommates?
Guy and this girl like live together in the same. Heck no. Can you imagine dropping your kid off?
No.
And his roommate is a girl, and it's like, oh, and by the way, you guys share a bathroom too.
That's horrid.
No way.
That's horrid.
No way.
I'd be like, no, let's change. Is it assigned? Are dorm rooms assigned?
You can
could you
pick.
swap? Could you be like, I'm not gonna live with you, Steve, but I see Joe down the road.
I wonder if you could. Like, I don't know. I just know like the people are gonna go nuts on this, but I don't care.
I would not want to live with a
state
guy.
schools, and I know a lot of people, especially in our church, have gone to state schools, but state schools right now are cesspools, man.
That's wild.
They are just like it is. It's the Wild West.
That's wild.
Because it's like, hey, just be you, do you, like whatever, and, go for it.
I definitely had quite a few fun stories from going to IU. But my graces. Do you have any graces?
So last week we talked about high school. High school was obviously like a great time for me. College was not a great time for me.
Yeah.
And on both sides of the fence, like the tech side of things just didn't work out. Tech school side of things didn't work out, which was fine.
Yeah.
I landed in a place where I landed, and then going to a Christian school, Christian students were just a little different than I am. Like they just had a little different vibe to them. So I just didn't have. Bethany had a great collegiate experience. Like she loved it, and it was fantastic for her, and I think that's great. The graces I think it's the same or similar things with high school and even middle school. You're learning how to interact with people.
Yeah.
And especially in college, like what you just said, you're learning how to interact with people when mom and dad now are no longer present.
Yeah.
You got to figure your stuff out, man.
Yeah.
You get your heart broke. You don't get to talk to mom and dad. You made a mistake last night. You got to figure this thing out. Your friend is turning out to backstab you or whatever. Figure it out, and
I feel like college for the most part is still a safe space. Like you're able to do that, and like yes, there's a lot writing on it, but also like no, there's not a lot writing on it at the same time.
I had great RAs like that were just really understanding, and there was a lot of there was a guy who was in my freshman hall. He was a great guy. He died of leukemia, but I was in his room a lot, just like, and he was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And he would we would just hang out and kick it, and we weren't necessarily friends because he was an upperclassman. I mean, he was in his senior year when he was an RA. I'm a freshman, but he's just like chilling with me, like very much like mentoring me kind of through this process and this thing. And it was, I don't know, like your mom and dad can't do that. You got to find some people. Yeah, you got to find your people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, like, I definitely learned a lot about like who I am and how I operate and how much I enjoy being at home by myself. I did not realize how much I enjoyed being at home by myself. And so like my dorm room, I remember like my roommate, so because I was in sports, we were supposed to have a dry season. Half of the team adhered to that. The other half of the team did not adhere to that.
If you guys don't know what a dry season is, you got to look it up. We're not telling you.
And so my roommate would go out and I would just kind of stay in because like at that point I was like, just stay like, okay, dry season, cool. And I'm 18. Like it's not like I can do much anyways. And so, but then I like learned I really enjoy just like kind of hanging out. I'm a little bit of a homebody.
See, and that I think is the biggest grace thing to the whole collegiate world was, again, we've talked about this in excess, but it's gone. Like you can't just kick it anymore. You know what I mean? And I remember there were so many times where people would just come into our room, hang out with us, chill. Like we just had these good conversations.
Leave your door open and people can come in. And if you don't want people, then close your door.
Yep.
But like, I would leave the door open. People could like stop in.
And I just remember like everybody was in crisis too, like on some level, like,
always.
So like, Tim would walk by and you're like, he's a mess because his girlfriend just broke up with him. And it's like, and he would just come in. Like the crazy thing was, you're right. Like the door is open. He'd just come in and like plop down on your floor and you're like typing up a paper and you're like, all right, this is life.
All righty.
But you never felt like you had to like disengage from what you were doing. You're just like, hey man, what's up? Oh, Carol broke up with me. You're like, sweet.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed dorm life. Yeah, I would say I very much enjoyed dorm life. I feel like I had it a little bit nicer than what other people's dorms are because like I had my own bathroom with my roommate and that was the only person that I had to share a bathroom with, and like we had a legitimate kitchen. In our like it was a community kitchen.
Yeah.
But like we had a community kitchen where like if we needed a stove, then we could go and use.
Well,
the
that was the
stove.
other thing. Like that's probably a grace for me too. Was like communal eating was fantastic. I mean, we would go to the dining commons.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
I was trying to remember.
that is gone. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so fun to like, hey, everybody, we're done with class or chapel was over or whatever. Like, let's go eat. And we would just spend some time just chilling at our table. It wasn't this rush to like get your food down and go. It was more like, you know,
You're there.
You're just in life. And I think it'd be really interesting to pop into like schools right now to see like how many people are actually like engaging in that level.
Yeah.
Because I could just see everybody with their headphones on and in their phones and like just doing their thing.
That's sad because, I mean, like I remember so many times leaving soccer practice because we had soccer practice in the mornings, and then I'd leave. We would all go and have breakfast. The upper class girls would go to their apartments, but like all of us underclassmen, we would go into the cafeteria. We would hang out. We'd be there for a while, and then we'd split off, and then we'd come back together for lunch.
Yeah,
and like we'd text each other and just like, hey, are you coming?
I'll see you. I'll see you at dinner or whatever.
Stuff like that. Or we didn't. Also, I feel like it's different because we didn't really have any restaurants. Freshmen A weren't allowed to have a car.
Right.
And B, we didn't really have any restaurants to go to. And so if we did anything, we went to hang out at Walmart in the town.
We did that a lot.
That's all we did. But like, other than that, you either hang out in the dorms or you're eating together. Like, the end. But we didn't really... Phones weren't a thing, so you're just hanging out. You're just talking to,
or you're on campus and you're like
watching the people walk in, and you're like, "Hey!" Like,
yeah. And especially when it was nice out, like I just remember like things were always open, or we would go to the field and like hang out, and then like girls' dorms would come over, you know, or whatever. It was just a totally different vibe.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed that aspect, and another grace that I really appreciate with college is like you find your fit. Like for the first time, so many people, you don't have the like mean girls. Everybody is like, I mean, yes, there's
if
a
they
golden
are
group.
you can duck them.
It's the golden group, but there are so many. You finally find like personalities and people with similar interests that you've never met before, but like you have this connection, and for the first time you're like, I'm fine. Like, I am okay. And it's really, really nice when you find
I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago there is no such thing as the in crowd. It's just a crowd.
Yeah.
Like there's just like there's this pocket, this pocket, this pocket, and this pocket, and it's like none of those are, well, unless they're doing stuff they shouldn't, but like inherently, you know, whether it's nerds or band people or, you know, sports people or whatever, none of that's bad. No, it's just the pocket that they're in. They get placed in. You know, like you were a soccer player, you're grouped in with the soccer players. Yeah, like it's the way life goes. But that's not necessarily like an in or an out crowd. It's just a crowd.
Yeah, yeah, and I think college breaks that because you had. In high school, like you had like the jocks, you had all of, you know, the cheerleaders and stuff like that. And you still have that in college, and they do still hang out together. But like the cheerleader from this place came from like the cheerleader, you know, she came from this farming life.
Right.
And so like you have all of these new personalities, and like you have this one commonality, but like you have other people who are, I don't know. It's, you just find your people. And for like the first time you kind of are like, oh, yeah, I guess high school, like, it didn't matter if I was popular or not. Like,
yeah, it almost feels like you don't share the commonality of your hometown anymore.
Yeah.
Like, there's a different, like...
strings are broken, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, like, oh, like, we both chose now the same school, so...
Yeah.
Which is why I think people pledge allegiance to stuff like that. Because they're like, oh, like, I love this. Well, you didn't like this. You liked that there was a group of people that pledged their allegiance to it as well.
Yeah.
So, therefore, like, okay. I watch it with guys all the time with cheering for sports. They're like, oh, you're that fan too? I'm like, you guys just picked a team. That's all you did. You know what I mean? And the common bond you have is you picked a team, now you guys are buddies because you have the same team.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird, but it's life at the same time. So
Yeah, so that's my last grace is like, you find your people.
All right, what do you want to hear?
I want to hear, are you using your major? Like, what was your major, and are you using it still?
Yeah.
I'd be really curious to find out. I wonder what the percentage is of like college graduates who use their major still. So yeah, I would like to hear that. Are you still friends with your roommate if you had one?
Are you?
We are Instagram friends, but she has 3 boys. Like we follow each other and stuff like that. She has 3 little boys. Both of our boys, of her 3, mine were the same, like same ages.
My college roommate's
children.
dead.
Well, that's a damper.
So I would say I had like 3 big ones. My freshman, sophomore college roommate, he died. Really tragic. Left behind like 3 little girls. And
oh gosh.
Yeah. My other roommate is marrying Michael Jackson's daughter.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I didn't know that he was your college roommate.
He was my college roommate, and he was one of my best men in my wedding.
Wow.
Which is wild.
That's so weird.
Yep. So those were it. I guess I didn't have 3. I had 2. I don't keep up. His name's Justin. I don't keep up with Justin a whole lot anymore.
Yeah.
He is kind of a celebrity.
Yeah.
So like even if I texted him, I don't even know if he texts.
You should
back.
try it.
I should just like shoot him a text.
Hey man, how's
hey
things
man,
going?
I just think you're great. I love you. You know, like
how's that wedding? Who's on the guest list? Am I?
He cut an album for me. Like we made an album together, which was super fun. And like, I mean, I
bet he'd respond.
He's so much of a hippie. I don't even know if it's the same number. I bet it's not. I bet she got rid of it. But whatever. It is what it is. I would say, what do I want to hear? If you went to college, why? If you didn't go to college, why not?
Yeah.
You know, like, and then. Are you happy with that choice?
Yeah.
Like, because some people are going to say yes and some people are going to say no on both sides of that fence. And then my other one, which is just straight curiosity. Do you pledge allegiance to that alma mater or do you not?
No.
Right?
Sure
like,
don't.
for you, it's like, no, I don't have a good taste in my mouth with them. So I just think that's interesting, too.
Yeah. It's weird to me. I'm not somebody, though, it probably should be known. Like, I don't have like favorite teams. I don't have favorite colleges. Like,
right.
So I don't think that I fit into that category in general.
Yeah, that's funny.
Somebody who pledges allegiance to anything.
What about the culinary school? Are you like, yeah, rah, rah, rah? Would you send people there or no?
I've had people ask. I tell them culinary school is weird because you don't need it, but it's really nice to have. So like I am somebody who like asks the question why all of the time. That is like my life question. If you are going to tell me, hey, do this, like, why do you need me to do this? Why don't you need me to do this? Like, I will constantly ask why. I ask Josh. It is exhausting to him. That's just how I am. But culinary school gave me the whys to how to execute certain things.
Yeah.
So like, I know the reason why, certain cakes need to be made this way and certain breads need to be made this way. And I know a lot of the foundations of things, and I appreciate the foundations because that just helps solidify like my stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary. And so anybody that is like thinking about going into culinary school, I'm like, it's not necessary. You can get a lot of experience in the kitchens. But for me, it was good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right, y'all. We're out
Anyways.
of time. So, yeah, hit us up, greaseandgracepod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys. Our academic endeavor is come to a close. So we went from elementary school to middle school to high school to college. And then next week, we're going on a different direction. So we are not.
Thanks for hanging out with us, though, guys.
Going
for the
to
whole
do that. And then maybe sometime down the
series.
road, we'll do a grocery shopping episode for sure. Because that'd be a fun topic. Or we could just do the grocery store in general.
Yeah, I think that's what
Yay! All right, guys. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.